Welcome back to Butterfly Effect Tarot. My name is Lorraine, and today's topic is regarding what may be happening for you and within your life throughout the upcoming month of June. There are 3 groups, and the timestamps for each group will be in the description box in the comment section below. If the readings and messages resonate, please feel free to like and subscribe, and you can let me know in the comments if you choose. To all of my subscribers and returning viewers, as always, I greatly appreciate you. Thank you for the support and positive energy. And for newer viewers, welcome. And if interested after this reading, you may return to the channel. There are other topics, videos, and readings there as well. But other than that, let's go ahead and get into each one of your messages. Welcome to your reading, Pile 1, regarding what may be happening for you and within your life throughout the month of June. So I've already pre-shuffled and pulled 5 cards. So we'll go ahead and look into the cards that came through, and then we'll get into the reading. So the first card out is the Eight of Pentacles, followed by the Chariot. And then we have the Star, followed by the Eight of Cups. And then the final card out is the Magician. Bottom of the deck energy is Judgment. So for this group, I did also pull 3 clarifiers from a second tarot deck, and we'll identify those. We got the Strength, followed by the Wheel of Fortune. And then the final card out for clarifiers is the Four of Cups. Bottom of the deck energy is the Four of Wands. So I'm going to be honest. For this group, when I first initially pre-shuffled and pulled, the messages were a bit perplexing. So I did pre-shuffle and pull for this one a couple of times just to make sure and get more confirmation and more of a story of what's going on for this group, to make sure that you're getting as much insight and an aligned messaging as possible. So I will reference some of the other cards that came out previously, but a lot of those actually repeated in the final cards that we accepted here, that we kept. So during the month of June, there will be a huge shift, it feels like, in your finances, in your circumstances. There's a lot of focus around pentacles and wands. So there's something for some of you that is creative that you have been working on building, or that you may start in the month of June. For others of you, this is a business idea, or this is either you wanting to get a promotion, or perhaps just looking for work. But there is definitely some sort of growth or sudden opportunity that I feel is coming in for this group based off of the cards that have come through before and what's out here now. Because we do have the Wheel of Fortune, which is sudden opportunities. It's luck and fate basically turning in our favor and working in our favor. The Strength card denotes to me that you've maybe in the recent past or even present, with the Strength card and the Four of Cups out here and the clarifiers, this feels like maybe you kind of been disinterested or dissatisfied rather with certain aspects of your life. You've had to be very patient, have a lot of perseverance, tap into a lot of inner strength to get through, I guess, different circumstances in your life. For some of you, it could be conflicts, because the Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, and Devil energy and Five of Wands came out multiple times. So maybe there's a group of people or a specific person that was in your energy, or that may be in your energy, that you are moving away from and that you have essentially maybe been kind of withdrawing from. For others of you, this has to do with maybe your responsibilities, your livelihood. For some of you, your finances could have been something that you've had a lot of fear and doubts around. Your career, your growth, your dreams, your goals, your achievements have been something that maybe you've been really on the fence about, not knowing how things would go. Because with the Four of Cups, this is usually when we're kind of disconnected, we're detached, we're kind of in an energy of feeling maybe a bit bitter, or just not really happy, not really content in our lives, feeling unfulfilled, feeling like things don't work out right. You know, we've been heartbroken, we've been deceived. This could be where our finances aren't going right, and you kind of are at this stage of maybe having given up, or really wanting to just give up and throw in the towel. But with the Strength card, it feels like you've persevered through that. It doesn't matter how things have looked, or the people that's been around you that have hurt you. Like, none of this has really, even if you wanted to quit, even if you threw the towel in a couple of times, you picked it back up. And what's happening, and as a result, is a reward with the Wheel of Fortune, where things finally shift. Because you go to the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck in the clarifying cards, and that energy is where you're now being seen, where you're now being happy, where you're being celebrated, where you're celebrating, because now you have found inner bliss and happiness in various areas of your life. There could be a supportive community around you, or this could be you. For some of you here, you could be moving, changing jobs, or relocating in the month of June. Some of you may already be in the process of this. I say that because the Chariot is giving fast movement to start a new journey, and then the Eight of Cups is usually an energy of leaving behind something that is unfulfilling to move towards something better. So I do feel like there is also going to be a renewal in your confidence. There will be a renewal in your faith. With the Star card out here, as I stated, with the Four of Cups, you've kind of been discontent. You maybe have been a little bit pessimistic, kind of looking at life as something that, is an uphill battle, no matter how much work you put in, no matter how hard you try. You're constantly maybe coming up short or constantly disappointed with things, people, situations, circumstances, just life. But with the Star card, something's coming in that's going to renew your hope, your faith, your optimism, your confidence. You're going to have more clear insight. For this group, there are a lot of you that will be going through personal growth and financial growth. But I also feel like for this group, there are some bad habits or routines. There could be toxic connections or just something that is very much acting as a blockage in your life at this time that you may be shifting, because the Eight of Pentacles and some of the cards that came out earlier denoted that there will be a lot of focus on discipline. So you could be maybe cleaning out your environment. You could be cleaning out your inner self. This could be a spiritual purge, a physical purge. Is just feeling like you're purifying every area of your life, and maybe you may be adopting new routines, new eating habits, new exercise regimes. You may be putting more focus and setting a schedule for yourself so that you can get more of a focus in on what you're building with the Eight of Pentacles. But it is also feeling like for those of you that have been in this Eight of Pentacles, where you have been building something, you've been starting something, you've been working really hard and mastering your craft is something that you've been trying to grow. With the Chariot, I do feel, and also with the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like maybe for some of you, if not all of you, you may find that your business, your career, your creative endeavor takes off. Like there's an influx in June. There's something that may give you some visibility, or something that may give your product or service visibility, and you may find that you have more clients, or that there's somebody that comes in that wants to collaborate with you, and this brings in more attention or more profit to whatever it is you're doing. Others of you, this can be a promotion, this can be a raise, this could be a better job. For some of you with this Eight of Cups, you could be in an environment that is not serving you, around people that may be contributing to your bad habits and your kind of off balance routine. You could be living in a circumstance, or things that are happening in your life could be a reason as to why you found it hard to discipline yourself or have a routine, or kind of build and grow in personal ways and financial ways that you've wanted to. But what's happening is there is some sort of offer, there's some sort of new beginning, there's some sort of, I feel, maybe divine intervention that is coming in and you're not expecting it. Because the Eight of Wands came out multiple times, the Wheel of Fortune came out multiple times, and then also came out here in the clarifiers in the center. So yeah, definitely a passionate new beginning. I do feel like there's emotional fulfillment. There is an energy of feeling hope and confidence again. And there is this energy of maybe there could be a sudden windfall of money, an inheritance. There could be a new job opportunity that pays more than you expected. And it's also within a career field or industry that you really love, that you're really gifted and talented at, that you enjoy. And it's like you're making money even more than you thought you would, or even more than before. And you love what you do. And so it's very fulfilling. But there's an energy here as well of you walking away from environments, circumstances, connections, and situations that are unfulfilling for you. And then you move into the Magician energy. So you're moving into an energy of manifestation in the month of June, because we have the Magician out here and the Page of Pentacles came out multiple times. So there is an energy of things that you've been hoping for, things you've been wishing, things you've been working on for a lot of you, that you've been trying to build and grow. It could have been stagnant, or it could have felt like you were not getting the fruits of your labor. You may see a lot of forward movement, forward momentum in those areas, but definitely some sort of a growth in the material plane and in the spiritual plane, because there has been a lot of spiritual cards out here. So some of you could have been going through a dark night of the soul. Some of you could have been going through a spiritual transformation, and all that inner work I feel like is what's causing the wheel to turn in your favor, because maybe it felt like you were not actually getting anything out of all this inner work, and it was making you feel maybe more and more depressed, making you feel like you weren't healing fast enough, you weren't doing something fast enough, you weren't putting enough energy into this, enough energy into that, you weren't seeing something clearly. Your life could have felt like it was at a stalemate, like the progress is slow or there's none at all. And in June, there is a dramatic shift. There's a sudden shift. This is a person, an offer, an opportunity, or some sort of insight that comes in, and it allows you to start a new journey. It allows you to then create what you desire. But there's a very strong boost in your confidence coming in the month of June. There's very much something that you've been trying to manifest, build, or grow that seems to be coming in June. And it is something that will either shift your circumstances very quickly, where you are in a better environment. Some of you may travel more, some of you may relocate. You're in a better work situation, a better living situation. You're surrounded by better people with the Four of Wands. Your finances are growing. You have disciplined your finances. Your spending habits have, gotten better, and you're seeing more money in your account. But there's definitely an energy of you being able to create what you desire, and there's a lot of power going into this, because with the Chariot, this is you taking control over your life, taking control over yourself, disciplining yourself, structuring yourself, and really heading for the victory and success that your heart desires. And then it ends with the Magician of inspired action. So there's a lot of action happening here. There's a lot of quick messages coming in, perhaps quick opportunities coming in. There's quick action on your behalf. There's a lot of transformation and changes that you're applying to yourself. As I stated earlier, eating habits, exercising, moving more, being more focused, allowing yourself to kind of cut out anything that you are realizing has kind of kept you stagnant. So, for example, if you're somebody who spends a lot and so you can't save, you may be taking control of that with the Chariot and setting yourself on a budget. And it may be a budget that you start to see improvement in very quickly, very swiftly. And this boosts your confidence with the Star card. It's like there's something where you're seeing progress and you're seeing growth in a very positive way, and it's going to lift your spirits out of this Four of Cups energy. It's going to restore your hope and your faith that things are getting better and that they will continue to get better. But it is taking you applying and moving into this inspired action, choosing to be in this energy of actually putting in the work. It's essentially just a lot of balance and discipline that seems to keep coming up in your reading, because a lot of Pentacles energy, so there's a lot of harmony and peace that is desired on your behalf. But again, for some of you, there is or was someone in your circumstances or in your energy field that was, sabotaging you, bullying you, maybe trying to steal your joy. There could potentially be, for some of you next month, a person or a group of people that may not be as happy about your happiness and success, because in one of the card pulls there was like all this positive, fast moving energy and abundance, and then you had the Five of Swords, and then what came after it was the Sun. The beginning card in that pull was the Moon, which suggests you go from the Moon to the Sun, shifting from pessimism, sadness, depression, and kind of giving up hope to happy, inspired, and prosperous. But there was a Five of Swords conflict where there's somebody who may be trying to throw a damper on that, somebody who may be trying to sabotage that, somebody that may be trying to send evil eye, or could even be wanting to take advantage of this newfound prosperity in your life. But even with that energy, all of the other cards were beautiful. Ace of Cups at the bottom, and that one was emotional fulfillment, a new emotional beginning. Now, there is one more side note I do want to make. There were multiple times that your reading suggested that there is someone from the past that may come in with a message or an offer of love. And it was somebody that you walked away from. It was somebody that came out with a Seven of Swords energy, and a energy of the Five of Wands. And then they came out with the King of Cups, but then it came in as the Page of Cups, of a message of love coming in, or an offer, or somebody coming in as a surprise, wanting to collaborate with you. They're either coming in with this job offer, for example, or maybe this platonic offer that seems like it's not tied to any emotional involvement, as a means to get back in your energy, or they're coming in to want to collaborate with you to rebuild a new connection. Now, this could be a friend that you walked away from. This could be a relative, or this could be somebody you had a family with, someone you dated. This could be your children's father. There's just definitely somebody that still has a lot of passion and emotional feelings for you that kept coming through. And it was coming through and it kept kind of intercepting with this energy around your finances, your personal growth and transformation in your life, which made me feel like while you're focused on yourself, while you're really focused on working, while you're focused on the blessings and the abundance and the growth and progress that you're finally seeing in your life, there's somebody that may come out of nowhere and make an offer of love or may communicate that they have feelings for you. Or if this is a friend or a relative, this is somebody that may communicate the desire to get back in, alignment with you, somebody that wants to rebuild the bond and work on it. So how you take that, again, for some of you, that is the case because it kept coming through and that specific energy kept throwing the message off. So maybe this person is coming in to act as a distraction because they energetically feel the shift in your energy, or this person is coming in and they may create something of a slight distraction, but I don't think that it will really throw you off of your game because, as I stated, even though that energy kept coming up, all the other cards around it were positive. There were a lot of cards of walking away. There were a lot of cards of closing this final chapter with this energy. There was a lot of cards of where this person's energy was not able to put a damper on your energy or what was happening or will be happening in your life. So definitely, I feel there's quite a bit going on in your life in the month of June because there was so many different messages and are so many different messages coming through to the point where they were kind of jumbling together. So there could be like each week of June could be something different, right? For example, because I do know that next month is Jupiter going into Cancer and it is exalted. So I know a lot of astrologers were suggesting that that's going to be a time of bliss and positive transformation and abundance and good luck and blessings coming in. And you do have the Wheel of Fortune out here. So I do feel like there is something that is suggesting that you will be kind of put into some sort of visibility, or there's something that you're working on or that is you're putting out into the world that will bring in more visibility. And I think I mentioned that earlier: more profits, more growth, more clients, more followers. Again, there just is a lot of inspiration coming in for you in the month of June, and I feel like it's very needed because with the Four of Cups and all the other cards coming out, especially with that Judgment, you had a very difficult cycle that is finally coming to a close. Some of you could already be feeling this energy. Some of this could have already come in and manifested for you at the early stages because June is just roughly a week or so away. So I do feel like this is just something that is going to feel like a whirlwind. I feel like this could also be an energy of you needing to live in the moment a little bit more. And there needs to be a bit of focus on gratitude, as difficult as that may be. There does need to be an energy of gratitude for what you currently have and acknowledging what you have as these blessings come in so that it can multiply them. But I do feel like there is a very divine intervention coming into your life next month. And it's now time to kind of shift things around. Okay. So I think that's pretty much it. I think I've went on over everything that's come through for you. But there's going to be quite a bit of celebration, I feel, in June. There seems to be a lot of reason to celebrate, a lot of reason to kind of be very optimistic and joyous. Also, really quickly, the Star card can also be a card of reconciliation. And as I stated, the Chariot is the energy of fast movement forward. And the Eight of Cups is something you walked away from and left in the past. So once again, even out here in this reading, I feel like this is somebody maybe coming in hopeful that they can create something new with you for some of you. Also with the Chariot and all this movement energy and wand that kept coming out, I do feel like some of you may purchase a new vehicle in the month of June, or there could be something to do with your car or your transportation situation, and also with the home situation. But yeah, a lot of positive energy coming out. A lot of it. And I feel it's much needed because a lot of the cards that were coming out before highlighted a lot of deceptive energies, stalkers, bullies, toxic people, people trying to block or sabotage or send evil eye to what you're trying to do. So I may suggest that maybe for some of you, whatever you're building or working on, just as a side note, this comes through, maybe try to keep it private if you can. I do see here that with the Four of Wands, blessings and such may put you in a more visible state where others will be able to maybe see it shift. As I stated, with the Four of Wands can also denote another moving situation. So maybe the success or prosperity that comes in next month, there will be signs for the people around you, but perhaps what you're doing behind the scenes or the things that are happening that you are wanting to allow to continue to grow and manifest, maybe try to keep it to yourself if you can. It's just a suggestion. You don't have to do it, but that came through just now, simply because there was so much energy of negative people, right? Just hating energy. Hopefully those people are people you've already walked away from. Otherwise, in June, you will be walking away from them. But I'm going to leave it there because, again, I can go on forever with this only because this energy feels so good. It feels like there's ease coming into your life in June. And I feel like it's much needed because even though this energy feels good, there's also a little bit of heaviness here, a really desiring change, movement forward, and feeling like your life was going nowhere or there were aspects of your life that were not prospering, no matter how much work you do on yourself, no matter how much energy and time you put into working on different parts of your life, you weren't seeing any growth. And now I feel like it's time for that growth and abundance to come in. And I love that for you. So I'm going to leave the reading there. And of course, if it resonated on any level, please feel free to like and subscribe. You can let me know in the comments if you choose. And if interested, you may return to the channel. There are other topics, videos, and readings there as well. But other than that, thank you. Welcome to your reading pile 2 regarding what may be happening for you and within your life throughout the month of June in this current year of 2025. So I've already pre-shuffled and pulled 5 cards. We'll go ahead and look into the cards that came through and then we'll get into the reading. So the first card out is the Three of Cups followed by the Seven of Swords. And then we have the Justice card followed by the Moon. And the final card out is the Ace of Cups. Bottom of the deck energy is the Four of Swords. So for this group, I also pulled 3 clarifiers, just as I did in the last group. And the 3 clarifying cards that came out from a separate tarot deck is the Seven of Swords again, this time followed by the Nine of Cups, and then the Six of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck energy is the Ten of Swords. So very clear and straightforward. It's interesting that the Seven of Swords came out twice in 2 different tarot decks. So that reconfirms what this is about. There is somebody in the past, in the present, or at some point in June who is a friend group, a friend, a lover, a relative, somebody that you had an emotional connection with that feels like or felt like a support system, betrayed you, deceived you, stole from you, sabotaged you, or was manipulating a situation. There is going to be justice for this in the month of June, it seems, whether this is something you've already walked away from with that Ten of Swords painful ending at the bottom of the clarifying cards tarot deck, or whether this is something that takes place in June. I feel like there will be immediate justice. This is going to be, if this is legal, then this could be a decision that was made, but it was made on false details, false information, lies, and trickery. And perhaps this situation where there's a truth that comes to light with this Moon and Justice card, there's something that comes out that creates more insight and information, and there's a different decision made, then this one is in your favor. However, this can also be spiritual karma. So maybe you will be able to find out something, or you will be able to witness these individuals or this person receive the karmic justice that is due for them. In the process of that, the Ace of Cups comes out, and then the Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So with this Ace of Cups energy, this is a new emotional beginning. So for this group, this could be a new romantic offer that comes in. This could be a new friendship that comes in. Somebody that is honorable, they're genuine, they're authentic, something that is very happy and fulfilling. And I feel like with the Four of Swords, this feels like ease. I feel like on an intuitive level, you will feel the difference in this person's energy or this group of people's energy as opposed to those before. Because with the Three of Cups, This is a friendship group or a circle of people that are supportive, right? But with the Seven of Swords coming out, they deceived you or stole from you. Whereas with the Ace of Cups, this new connection is going to feel very peaceful with the Four of Swords energy. So it's two different swords energies coming in with two different connotations. So I do feel like this is something that is going to feel refreshing. I feel like you could have been very closed off or may decide to want to be closed off to connections out of fear that you'll be betrayed again. Because the moon card is also a card of hidden enemies. So these are people that may be werewolf, obviously werewolf in sheep's clothing, with the clarifiers having the Nine of Swords, Nine of Cups. I'm sorry, the Seven of Swords, Nine of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles. Maybe this was a person or a group of people that pretended that they were trying to help you with the Six of Pentacles, because this is about generosity and helping someone. It's an equal give and take. It's fairness. It's balance. It's generosity. And then with the Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. So maybe there was something that you needed, wanted, something that you desired, something that you were wishing or hoping for. And these people made you feel like they could help you with it, or they were helping you with it, but maybe there was hidden agendas. These people were hidden enemies. They really were maybe jealous or maybe taking from you, or they were maybe giving to you as a means to either hurt you or to take more than they gave. And then it led to the Ten of Swords with the it led to a painful ending with the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the clarifiers. This is definitely something that really hurt. I feel like for a lot of you, this is a past energy with that Ten of Swords. Otherwise, for some of you, this could be something that comes about. But also, with this Seven of Swords, Nine of Cups, and Six of Pentacles, this also is suggesting that a part of the karmic justice in this that is in your favor, or this legal justice, there is somebody that may come in that is generous with you. So whatever these people were supposed to help you with but didn't, whatever they took from you, however they showed up in this toxic, deceptive energy, this maybe this Ace of Cups dynamic, this new support system, this new offer or situation of emotional fulfillment that comes in, these people are actually genuinely generous. These people are actually people who will help you have the wish fulfillment or help you achieve what your heart is desiring. It does feel like maybe this is a sense of stability, because it could be monetary or something to do with your livelihood, your living situation, a job, a career, just something that you need stabilizing in. Maybe something that you need to find contentment in. With this Nine of Cups and Six of Pentacles is giving maybe, again, a living situation, or it's giving a career, or just something overall that is going to, I guess, restore your joy. There's going to be a restoration of your joy come June. And I feel like it's because there may be some sense of closure, if this is a legal situation where the decision is overturned in your favor, and it may restabilize you and give you a sense of closure and happiness with this Ace of Cups, or if this is a karmic retribution for those people or towards those people, this clarity or knowledge may provide closure, letting you know that they didn't get away with what they tried to do. But definitely there's a positive energy coming through, because with the Ace of Cups and the Nine of Cups, this makes a Ten of Cups energy, which is ultimate wish fulfillment. So for some of you, this could be a romantic connection that personally fulfills you. It could be something that satisfies you. It could be something that makes up for what you went through. And I know that for a lot of you, you can say there's nothing that will make up for that, and that may be true. But this is going to feel so emotionally fulfilling and satisfying that I feel like it will heal, in a sense, whatever it is that you experienced at the hands of these people or this person that was operating in the Seven of Swords. It's going to feel like a new beginning, and it is probably going to restore your hope in connections, in relationships, and make you, there may be a little bit of guardedness, right? With the moon energy, this could be fear and concerns because of being hurt before in the past. So there could be some caution about this new energy, this new offer, or whatever this is. But I feel like with the clarifiers, you are going to have something, or somehow the way this energy shows up, it's going to give you a sense of knowing that this is authentic, that this help is genuine, that this is actual justice, this is actual karmic justice coming in your favor. Especially if you feel like these people did get away with this person did get away with it, you're going to find out that they didn't. they're finna find out that they didn't. These people, if this is a group of people, they could start to turn on each other to deceive each other, to steal from one another, and manipulate each other. And you may find out about that. Some of these people or this person may also try to come back around in the month of June to try to have a new emotional connection with you. And perhaps this is a warning that not to trust those energies. But I am getting that for most of you, this is some sort of positive emotional new beginning that you're getting as a result of being deceived by somebody or a group of people that were supposed to be supportive and generous with you. They were supposed to be helping you, they were supposed to be giving to you, they're supposed to be supporting you, and you were operating perhaps in a just energy. You were honestly genuine with pure intentions and fair and giving and loving towards these people because you thought that it was a Six of Pentacles where it was an equal give and take and you were all being fair and balanced. And when you found out that it wasn't, it may have put you into this depression with the moon energy. It may have had you feeling down and out, made you feel very deceived and abandoned, and maybe even made you feel vulnerable because you maybe did trust these people. And it could have blocked your intuition in a way that made you question yourself and whether or not you could trust people again. And I feel like the justice in this is that there is going to be something or someone that comes in that helps to restore your faith and trust in connections and in people, and especially within your own intuitive self. So there is personal growth here. There is some healing here, on an emotional level and on a spiritual level. And I love that for you because the Seven of Swords coming out twice and then the Ten of Swords at the bottom and the Moon card, this was definitely a backstabbing situation. This feels very heavy and it's like heart-wrenching. Like when the truth came out about this situation or this decision was made, as a result of this toxic energy, this could have been heart-wrenching. It could have literally felt like a sword, or again, 10 swords with the 10 of swords was being wrenched into your heart. This feels very disappointing. And that's why there's karma. So, with that being said, I am going to leave the reading there. And of course, if it resonated on any level, please feel free to like and subscribe. You can let me know in the comments if you choose. And if interested, you can return to the channel. There are other topics, videos, and readings there as well. But other than that, thank you. Hi, Pal 3. So, this is a quick side noted message before we get into your reading. I've already completed your reading. However, there was just something that I wanted to note as a heads up. At some point before, during, or I believe maybe even towards the end of discussing the Five of Wands card that showed up in your reading, there was a sudden, unexpected loud noise that took place in the background here, and it threw me off. I do take that as confirmation because I do believe that as in that part of the reading, I was also discussing how there could have been some sort of noise, chaos, disruption, or people in your life or in some sort of environment where you were that could have been acting as a distraction. Because that loud sudden noise did act as a distraction to me because I wasn't expecting it, and it kind of caused me to lose my train of thought. So you'll notice towards the end, maybe midway point towards the end, where I kind of start to speed up in terms of, the cadence of my voice, it picks up. And I'm trying to essentially get all of my thoughts and all of the messages out before I forget them, because that's how much that noise kind of just threw me off and kind of basically caused me to almost lose track of what I was saying. So again, I do take that as confirmation that there could have been some sort of distractions for you in a work environment, in a home environment, with a group of people or person that you were dealing with. This could be presently in this moment, or this could even be in your recent past. But I also just wanted to give that heads up because if you notice the cadence switch, or if you notice that I'm talking a little bit quicker towards the end, with the mic not picking up that noise, I wanted to make sure that you had a little clarity about that in case you felt like you couldn't keep up with me at that point of the video, or if you were just confused as to why I was getting those messages out so abruptly as I was. So, now that we've gotten that out of the way, your reading was very great. I really, really, really loved the messages and the energy that came through for the most part. And I can't wait for you guys to get into it. And hopefully, it does resonate on a deep level. And as always, I'm wishing you all the best. Thank you. Welcome to your reading pile 3 regarding what may be happening within your life throughout the month of June. So, I've already pre shuffled and pulled 5 cards. We're going to go ahead and look into those cards and then we will get into the reading. So, the first card out is the Death card, followed by the Eight of Pentacles. And then we have the Knight of Swords, followed by the Nine of Pentacles. And then the final card out is the Knight of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck energy is the World card. I also pulled clarifiers. Now, for the other groups, I pulled 3. For your group, 4 clarifiers came out from a separate tarot deck. So we'll identify those and then we will get into the reading. The first card out in the clarifiers is the Sun, followed by the Five of Wands. And then we have the Star, followed by the World card again coming out. And then we have the Justice card at the bottom of the deck for the clarifiers. So there are aspects of this group that feel very similar to pile one. I do feel like maybe some of you were torn between these two groups or you are coming from that group because this reading is very similar. However, the energy here feels like maybe it's a bit farther ahead for a lot of you, or it's a continuation because there's definitely seeming to be financial abundance coming in throughout the month of June. I feel like there is also some sort of spiritual transformation or cycle that you're closing out because we got the World card at the bottom of the deck in the first card pull, and then it comes out at the end in a separate tarot deck in the clarifiers. So definitely some sort of a new beginning or new journey, a difficult chapter that you are finalizing or that you've recently finalized, and now you're starting to see the fruits of your labor. And the Nine of Pentacles is the card that represents fruits of your labor. So a lot of your inner work, I feel like, has really been influencing you on an external level, or maybe you haven't been seeing a lot of the fruits of your labor come in, and it may have felt aimless or like things were never going to take off, or you've been tirelessly working on yourself or working on a business or a creative endeavor, and things have felt very slow moving or stagnant. And the Knight of Swords energy is very swift. So it goes from the Eight of Pentacles to the Knight of Swords and then the Nine of Pentacles. So there may be some idea, some clarity, some message or information that comes through related to your business, your creative endeavor, your job, your career, or your finances, and it takes you from the Eight of Pentacles swiftly into the Nine of Pentacles, where you start to see profit and growth in your finances, in your career. Maybe there's a promotion, maybe there's a windfall of money, maybe there is a inheritance. This again could be more clients. It just really depends on what this is going to, how this is going to apply for each of you. And then it moves into the Knight of Pentacles after the Nine of Pentacles. And I find that interesting because you start out here with the Eight of Pentacles and Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords, as we mentioned, is a bit more impulsive. This is somebody who works tirelessly, restlessly. They never really stop. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles, which is somebody who's more calm. They're more patient. They're more cautious and diligent. They're more at ease and relaxed. So I feel like for you, there are a couple of different ways I'm reading this, and we're going to go ahead and highlight that right now. First and foremost, I feel like with the Death card, this is you finally putting behind things or situations that no longer serve you and going through a kind of finalizing the spiritual transformation with those two World cards being out here and the Death card. And I feel like it is something you've been also working on while healing that is going to finally pay off financially. For others of you, you may be going through a transformation in how you approach your dreams, your goals, and your finances. You may be going through a transformation of operating in this energy of Knight of Swords where you're more restless, tired, working more tirelessly, very urgent, very desperate, very much wanting the results right away, right away, right away, and moving more into this very calm, patient Knight of Pentacles energy of just enjoying the process, enjoying the moment, kind of being very content and having a lot of gratitude in what you have now. And then you will notice maybe how that swiftly actually brings you into the Nine of Pentacles by kind of calming your energy. Because with this energy, it also offers clarity. The Knight of Pentacles is also the energy where I feel like for those of you where this is an Eight of Pentacles, where you will shift into a Nine of Pentacles after working tirelessly, after constantly building and spending a lot of time on growing something or trying to get a raise or a promotion, you will go into the Nine of Pentacles, and I feel like it will create and shift you into a Knight of Pentacles, where now you're more calm, you're more at peace, you're able to be more in this patient, disciplined energy, because now the fruits of your labor have paid off, and now you're able to enjoy the finer things in life as you continue to build and grow your empire, your business, your creative endeavor, or climb the ladders of success. So for each of you, it may be different. It's a general reading. It's going to apply differently in most cases, but definitely a shift or something happening when it comes to money and career. Like definitely, like there's predominantly Pentacles energy out here. So there could have been a difficult journey in your finances and in your creative endeavors, in your job, in your career that you've been experiencing. You could have maybe, again, maybe felt like you've been putting in a lot of work or having a lot of burdens or doing a lot of heavy lifting and maybe not getting the recognition you deserve, maybe not making as much money as you deserve. You've been maybe doing something creative or career business wise that you've been really getting better and better at, that you've been trying to grow, and it's been very slow, but you feel like the work you put in, the fruits of the labor are not matching that. And then there's a quick, sudden shift. And again, it could be because of an idea, it could be because of a person. Somebody may come in to collaborate with you, or somebody may come in with some sort of information or idea or something that you need, and it quickly allows you to shift over and finally start to reap the rewards of your hard work and efforts. But definitely spiritual growth, material growth here. And interestingly enough, the World card represents spiritual and financial abundance in equal. And you have the World card out here twice. So that reconfirms there's spiritual and financial abundance here. You're finding some sort of success or having some sort of breakthrough when it comes to your personal self growth, to healing and transformation, and to your stability and your circumstances. And we have justice at the bottom of the deck and the clarifiers. That's karma, that's fairness, that's harmony, that's balancing out something. So this could be karmic justice, because with the death card and the world card all representing different, ending a difficult chapter, a difficult journey and cycle, and arriving at a place to where you have a new beginning, where you can now create what you want. This may be karmic justice for you. For others of you, that justice card, there could be something legal potentially going on. I have to highlight that. And maybe there will be a ruling in your favor, and it will lead to some sort of financial abundance, because it could be a windfall, a settlement, it could be an inheritance, it could be, I don't know, a home, property, or this could have something to do with work. It really just depends. But if that's the case, then obviously this would be a windfall coming in from that. For others of you, this is more of a karmic type of situation. It kind of reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune, where there is something that suddenly shifts and things start working in your favor through an opportunity, a person, or something synchronistic that changes your situation for the better. And then you have the Star card in the clarifiers, also a card of renewal, another card of a good omen, good fortune coming in. It's about divine help or help of some sort coming in that kind of restores your faith, your hope, your optimism in your situation and circumstances. Now, the fact that it's coming out after the Five of Wands makes me feel like perhaps with this death card energy and this difficult cycle we keep mentioning, and also the justice card, maybe you experienced some sort of conflict, some sort of bullying, some sort of abusive dynamic. This could have been sabotage. This could have been just some sort of negative energy from a person or group of people. And there is a renewal, because with the Sun card coming out, that's happiness, that's prosperity, that's joy, that's abundance, that's success, it's confidence. That's the energy of, that's the happiest card in tarot, the Sun card is. And then the Five of Wands is coming out after, which is the opposite energy. That's turmoil, it's chaos, it's negativity, it's disagreements, it's fights, it's arguments, it's just the most atrocious energy. And then there's a renewal that comes in with the Star card, and then you have the completion of a cycle, and at the bottom, justice. So for some of you, if there was something or someone that was standing in your way of success, that may have wronged you, that may have been stealing your happiness or disrupting your happiness or slowing down your progress. This could have been a past energy that you had to heal from with that death card. energy, or this could be something present. But whatever it is in June, there is a transformation. There's final healing from that. And there's also a renewal of your hope and happiness, maybe in connections and in your path. Or if there was some sort of disagreement here with a group of people or a specific person, however it pertains to you, this connection or this group of people in your connection could go through a positive spiritual transformation where things kind of shift for the better. Things kind of go through a transformation for you, and this connection is on a more balanced, harmonious kind of level grounding. There's a stern foundation. Others of you, there could be a transformation where you are closing a chapter with these people or this situation. And that's leading you to success much faster. But definitely, your cards are pretty clear cut and dry. The only thing that, again, that Five of Wands energy feels like it's like kind of similar to Pile One, like it's intercepting your happiness, it's intercepting your transformation or your good omen. It kind of feels like it's the only kind of heavy card out here. I mean, the Death card is out here, but the Five of Wands energy is a little bit more overwhelming of an energy. So I feel like it's kind of people or things that may have been impeding on your happiness and your growth and success. This energy could have been stealing or siphoning your happiness and joy. This could have been an environment that you lived in, people you were connected to. It could be family, friends, a lover, a work environment. And it was maybe causing your growth and transformation and level up to the Nine of Pentacles to go much more slower, because maybe mentally and emotionally and spiritually and energetically you were feeling so heavy and weighed down that you couldn't really put as much focus as you wanted into yourself and into your business and your career. And now that energy is basically siphoning through, and with the Justice card, things are balancing out for you. Because Five of Wands is disruption and chaos. And then you have the cards of harmony with the Star card and the Justice card. Harmony, peace, balance. The Sun card. Harmony, fairness, peace, balance, happiness, success, help, joy. Like there's just an uplifting energy coming through for you in the month of June. And some of you could already be feeling it, but that's definitely something that seems to be coming through based on these cards in the month of June. And it could have felt like a long time coming, because the World card and the Death card can be a very long journey, difficult journey, painful journey to go through to get to the other side. But the Death card is also about transformation. And with all the Pentacles cards that are following it, your finances will certainly, I feel, be going through a transformation. Your career is going through a transformation. I feel on a physical level, you may be going through a transformation. The way you dress, maybe you will be able to buy things that you've always wanted. Maybe you'll be able to travel. Maybe you'll be able to eat at restaurants you wanted to eat at. Maybe you will become more disciplined as a result of having access to more finances, to where now you can get a gym membership, or now you have more time with the Knight of Pentacles to where you can discipline yourself more to focus more on your mental, emotional, and physical health, and focus more diligently and harmoniously and balanced towards your dreams and goals, towards what you're building, towards your growth and climbing up the ladder, and towards increasing the growth of your finances. But there's ease coming in for you. And I do feel like it's been a long time coming. But based on these cards, in June, it's coming. Or at the very least, in June, there will be stages set for this to kind of take off in the right direction for you. And I love that for you. Now I'm going to go ahead and close this out. If it resonated on any level, please feel free to like and subscribe. You can let me know in the comments if you choose, and if interested, you may return to the channel. There are other topics, videos, and readings there as well. But other than that, thank you.